Preface. About OpenStax. OpenStax is part of Rice University, which is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit charitable corporation. As an educational initiative, it's our mission to transform learning so that education works for every student. Through our partnerships with philanthropic foundations and our alliance with other educational resource companies, we're breaking down the most common barriers to learning. Because we believe that everyone should and can have access to knowledge. About OpenStax resources. Customization. Anatomy and Physiology 2E is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International (CC BY) license, which means that you can distribute, remix, and build upon the content, as long as you provide attribution to OpenStax and its content contributors. Because our books are openly licensed, you are free to use the entire book or select the sections that are most relevant to the needs of your course. Feel free to remix the content by assigning your students certain chapters and sections in your syllabus, in the order that you prefer. You can even provide a direct link in your syllabus to the sections in the web view of your book. Instructors also have the option of creating a customized version of their OpenStax book. The custom version can be made available to students in low-cost print or digital form through their campus bookstore. Visit your book page on openstax.org for more information. Errata. All OpenStax textbooks undergo a rigorous review process. However, like any professional-grade textbook, errors sometimes occur. Since our books are web-based, we can make updates periodically when deemed pedagogically necessary. If you have a correction to suggest, submit it through the link on your book page on openstax.org. Subject matter experts review all errata suggestions. OpenStax is committed to remaining transparent about all updates, so you will also find a list of past errata changes on your book page on openstax.org. Format. You can access this textbook for free in WebView or PDF through openstax.org, and for a low cost in print. About Anatomy and Physiology 2E. Coverage and scope. The units of Anatomy and Physiology 2E adhere to the scope and sequence followed by most two-semester courses. The development choices for this textbook were guided by hundreds of faculty who are deeply involved in teaching this course, as well as instructional designers, academic success experts, and educational researchers who have supported A&P educators and students. These choices led to innovations in art, terminology, career orientation, practical applications, and multimedia-based learning, all with a goal of increasing relevance to students. We strove to make the discipline engaging and relevant to students, so that they can draw from it a working knowledge that will enrich their future studies and support them in their careers. Unit 1. Levels of Organization. Chapters 1 to 4 provide students with a basic understanding of human anatomy and physiology, including its language, the levels of organization, and the basics of chemistry and cell biology. These chapters provide a foundation for the further study of the body. They also focus particularly on how the body's regions, important chemicals, and cells maintain homeostasis. Chapter 1. An Introduction to the Human Body. Chapter 2. The Chemical Level of Organization. Chapter 3. The Cellular Level of Organization. Chapter 4. The Tissue Level of Organization. Unit 2. Support and Movement. In chapters 5 to 11, students explore the skin, the largest organ of the body, and examine the body's skeletal and muscular systems, following a traditional sequence of topics. This unit is the first to walk students through specific systems of the body, and as it does so, it maintains a focus on homeostasis as well as those diseases and conditions that can disrupt it. Chapter 5. The Integumentary System. Chapter 6. Bone and Skeletal Tissue. Chapter 7. The Axial Skeleton. Chapter 8. The Appendicular Skeleton. Chapter 9. Joints. Chapter 10. Muscle Tissue. Chapter 11. The Muscular System. Unit 3. Regulation, Integration, and Control. Chapters 12 to 17 help students answer questions about nervous and endocrine system control and regulation. In a break with the traditional sequence of topics, the special senses are integrated into the chapter on the somatic nervous system. The chapter on the neurological examination offers students a unique approach to understanding nervous system function using 5 simple but powerful diagnostic tests. Chapter 12. Introduction to the Nervous System. Chapter 13. The anatomy of the nervous system. Chapter 14. The somatic nervous system. Chapter 15. The autonomic nervous system. Chapter 16. The neurological exam. Chapter 17. The endocrine system. Unit 4. Fluids and transport. In chapters 18 to 21, students examine the principal means of transport for materials needed to support the human body, regulate its internal environment, and provide protection. Chapter 18. Blood. Chapter 19. The cardiovascular system. The heart. Chapter 20. The cardiovascular system. Blood vessels and circulation. Chapter 21. The lymphatic system and immunity. Unit 5. Energy, maintenance, and environmental exchange. In chapters 22 to 26, students discover the interaction between body systems and the outside environment for the exchange of materials, the capture of energy, the release of waste, and the overall maintenance of the internal systems that regulate the exchange. The explanations and illustrations are particularly focused on how structure relates to function. Chapter 22. The respiratory system. Chapter 23. The digestive system. Chapter 24. Nutrition and metabolism. Chapter 25. The urinary system. Chapter 26. Fluid, electrolyte, and acid-base balance. Unit 6. Human development and the continuity of life. The closing chapters examine the male and female reproductive systems, describe the process of human development and the different stages of pregnancy, and end with a review of the mechanisms of inheritance. Chapter 27. The reproductive system. Chapter 28. Development and genetic inheritance. Changes to the second edition. The Anatomy and Physiology 2E revision focuses on inclusive and equitable instruction, scientific accuracy, and enhanced instructor and student support. The improvements have been informed by extensive feedback from adopting faculty, curricular innovators, and equity experts. The revision includes the following core changes. 1. In explanations of endocrine function, reproduction, development, inheritance, and related topics, the second edition is clearer and more accurate in differentiations related to sex, and eliminates incorrect equivalencies and generalizations regarding sex and gender. OpenStax thanks Sam Long and River Sue, founders of Gender-Inclusive Biology, for their extensive guidance and support. 2. Many of the illustrations have been improved to be more representative of diverse populations. We have also added photos of many conditions, symptoms, and disorders that present differently depending on skin tone. Note that many of the illustration changes were made prior to the second edition revision. 3. In discussions and illustrations of genetics and inheritance, the text is clearer in its terminology and explanations related to parenting and parental roles. 4. Several research references, data, and terminology have been improved to improve representation and currency. These improvements are designed to create welcoming and inclusive learning experiences and promote scientifically accurate practices that students will encounter in their studies and careers. The additions and changes were made in a manner designed to enrich and support all users while maintaining the general approach of the text. Because OpenStax and our authors are aware of the difficulties posed by reorganization and renumbering, the extensive text and illustration changes have been implemented within the existing structure and organization of the book. A detailed transition guide will be available within the book's instructor resources at openstax.org. Pedagogical Foundation and Features. Anatomy and Physiology 2E is designed to promote scientific literacy. Throughout the text, you will find features that engage the students by taking selected topics a step further. 1. Homeostatic imbalances discusses the effects and results of imbalances in the body. 2. Disorders showcases a disorder that is relevant to the body system at hand. This feature may focus on a specific disorder or a set of related disorders. 3. Diseases showcases a disease that is relevant to the body system at hand. 4. Aging explores the effect aging has on a body's system and specific disorders that manifest over time. 5. Career Connections presents information on the various careers often pursued by allied health students, such as medical technician, medical examiner, and neurophysiologist. Students are introduced to the educational requirements for and day-to-day responsibilities in these careers. 6. Everyday connections tie anatomical and physiological concepts to emerging issues and discuss these in terms of everyday life. Topics include anabolic steroids and the effect of secondhand tobacco smoke. 7. Interactive links direct students to online exercises, simulations, animations, and videos to add a fuller context to core content and help improve understanding of the material. Many features include links to the University of Michigan's interactive webscopes, which allow students to zoom in on micrographs in the collection. These resources were vetted by reviewers and other subject matter experts to ensure that they are effective and accurate. We strongly urge students to explore these links, whether viewing a video or inputting data into a simulation, to gain the fullest experience and to learn how to search for information independently. Dynamic, learner-centered art. Our unique approach to visuals is designed to emphasize only the components most important in any given illustration. The art style is particularly aimed at focusing student learning through a powerful blend of traditional depictions and instructional innovations. Much of the art in this book consists of black line illustrations. The strongest line is used to highlight the most important structures, and shading is used to show dimension and shape. Color is used sparingly to highlight and clarify the primary anatomical or functional point of the illustration. This technique is intended to draw students' attention to the critical learning point in the illustration, without distraction from excessive gradients, shadows, and highlights. Full color is used when the structure or process requires it, for example, muscle diagrams and cardiovascular system illustrations. Soft palate, hard palate, epiglottis, glottis, larynx, trachea, esophagus, nasopharynx, uvula, oropharynx, laryngopharynx, nasal cavity, oral cavity, pharynx, larynx. By highlighting the most important portions of the illustration, the artwork helps students focus on the most important points without overwhelming them. Micrographs. Micrograph magnifications have been calculated based on the objective provided with the image. If a micrograph was recorded at 40x, and the image was magnified an additional 2x, we calculated the final magnification of the micrograph to be 80x. Please note that, when viewing the textbook electronically, the micrograph magnification provided in the text does not take into account the size and magnification of the screen on your electronic device. There may be some variation. Hair, sebaceous gland. These glands secrete oils that lubricate and protect the skin. LMX 400. Micrograph provided by the Regents of University of Michigan Medical School, copyright 2012. Additional resources. Student and instructor resources. We've compiled additional resources for both students and instructors, including Getting Started guides, an instructor solution guide, a curated video guide, and several types of PowerPoint slides and image resources. Instructor resources require a verified instructor account, which you can apply for when you log in or create your account on openstacks.org. Student resources include guided lecture notes, a student solutions manual, and a pronunciation guide. Community hubs. OpenStax partners with the Institute for the Study of Knowledge Management in Education, ISKME, to offer community hubs on OER Commons, a platform for instructors to share community-created resources that support OpenStax books, free of charge. Through our community hubs, instructors can upload their own materials or download resources to use in their own courses, including additional ancillaries, teaching material, multimedia, and relevant course content. We encourage instructors to join the hubs for the subjects most relevant to your teaching and research as an opportunity both to enrich your courses and to engage with other faculty. To reach the community hubs, visit www.oercommons.org/hubs/OpenStax. Technology partners. As allies in making high-quality learning materials accessible, our technology partners offer optional low-cost tools that are integrated with OpenStax books. To access the technology options for your text, visit your book page on openstacks.org. About the authors. Senior contributing authors. J. Gordon Betts, Tyler Junior College. Peter Desai, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Eddie Johnson, Central Oregon Community College. Jody E. Johnson, Arapahoe Community College. Oksana Koral, Ames Community College. Dean Cruz, Portland Community College. Brandon Poe, Springfield Technical Community College. James A. Wise, Hampton University. Mark Womble, Youngstown State University. Kelly A. Young, California State University, Long Beach. Advisor: Robin J. Hayden. Contributing authors: Kim Aronson, Aquarius Institute, Triton College. Lopamudra Agarwal, Augusta Technical College. Gary Allen, Dalhousie University. Robert Allison, McLennan Community College. Heather Armbruster, Southern Union State Community College. Timothy Ballard, University of North Carolina Wilmington. Matthew Barlow, Eastern New Mexico University. William Blaker, Furman University. Julie Bowers, East Tennessee State University. Emily Bradshaw, Florida Southern College. Nishi Briska, University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Susan Cayley Opsal, Illinois Valley Community College. Boyd Campbell, Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine and Health Sciences. Ann Capley, Walsh University. Marnie Chapman, University of Alaska, Sitka. Barbara Christie Pope, Cornell College. Kenneth Crane, Texarkana College. Maurice Culver, Florida State College at Jacksonville. Heather Cushman, Tacoma Community College. Noel Cutter, Malloy College. Lynette Danzel Tower, Rock Valley College. Jane Davis, Aurora University. Anne-Marie Deli Pizzi, Dominican College. Susan Dentel, Washtenaw Community College. Pamela Dobbins, Shelton State Community College. Patty Dolan, Pacific Lutheran University. Sandra Dubowski, McLennan Community College. Peter Dukehart, Three Rivers Community College. Ellen Dupree, Central College. Elizabeth Dupperiest, Warner Pacific College. Pam Elf, University of Minnesota. Sharon Ellerton, Queensboro Community College. Carla Endress, Utah State University, College of Eastern Utah, San Juan Campus. Miriam Feldman, Lake Washington Institute of Technology, Cascadia Community College. Greg Fitch, Avila University. Lynn Gargan, Tarrant County College. Michael Johngrandy, Oakland Community College. Chaya Gapalin, St. Louis College of Pharmacy. Victor Greco, Chattahoochee Technical College. Susanna Heinze, Skagit Valley College. Ann Henninger, Wartburg College. Dale Horath, Tidewater Community College. Michael Horch, University of Michigan. Rosemary Hubbard, Marymount University. Mark Hubley, Prince George's Community College. Branko Jablanovic, College of Lake County. Norman Johnson, University of Massachusetts Amherst. Mark Jonason, North Arkansas College. Jeff Keat, College of St. Mary. William Kleinelp, Middlesex County College. Lee Kleinert, Grand Rapids Community College. Brenda Leedy, University of Toledo. John Lepre, University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Sarah Loipin, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Lahua Liang, Johns Hopkins University. Robert Mallett, University of North Texas Health Science Center. Bruce Mehring, Daytona State College. Elizabeth Martin, College of Lake County. Natalie Maxwell, Carl Albert State College, Sallisaw. Julie May, William Carey University. Deborah McLaughlin, University of Maryland University College. Nicholas Mitchell, St. Bonaventure University. Shobana Natarajan, Brookhaven College. Philip Nicotera, St. Petersburg College. Mary Jane Niles, University of San Francisco. Ikemefuna Nwosu, Parkland College, Lakeland College. Betsy Ott, Tyler Junior College. Ivan Paul, John Wood Community College. Aaron Payette, College of Southern Nevada. Scott Payne, Kentucky Wesleyan College. Cameron Perkins, South Georgia College. David Pfeiffer, University of Alaska, Anchorage. Thomas Pilat, Illinois Central College. Eileen Preston, Tarrant County College. Mike Pyle, Olivet Nazarene University. Robert Rodding, Gannon University. Jason Schreier, State University of New York at Potsdam. Laird Sheldall, Mount Hood Community College. Brian Schmefsky, Lone Star College System. Douglas Sizemore, Bevel State Community College. Susan Spencer, Mount Hood Community College. Cynthia Stanley, University of Arizona. Robert Sullivan, Marist College. Eric Sun, Middle Georgia State College. Tom Swenson, Ithaca College. Kathleen Tallman, Azusa Pacific University. Rohinton Tarapur, University of Pennsylvania. Elizabeth Tattersall, Western Nevada College. Mark Thomas, University of Northern Colorado. Janice Thompson, Lorain County Community College. Rita Thrasher, Pensacola State College. David Van Wylen, St. Olaf College. Lynn Wandry, Mott Community College. Margaret Weck, St. Louis College of Pharmacy. Kathleen Weiss, George Fox University. Neil Westergaard, Williston State College. David Wortham, West Georgia Technical College. Umesh Yadav, University of Texas Medical Branch. Tony Yates, Oklahoma Baptist University. Justin York, Glendale Community College. Sherry Zhao, North Idaho College. Elena Zobina, Bridgewater State University, Massasoit Community College. Shobana Natarajan, Alcon Laboratories, Inc. Special thanks. OpenStax wishes to thank the Regents of University of Michigan Medical School for the use of their extensive micrograph collection. Many of the micrographs that appear in Anatomy and Physiology 2E are interactive web scopes, which students can explore by zooming in and out.